Hello, help? Help?
I beg your pardon?
I'm calling you help.
Yeah, this is the helpline.
Good. Help.
I understand that part. What is your name?
Oh, well, my name is Mary.
Good. Mary what?
It's Mary Hartman.
What is your address?
I want to tell you.
Huh?
I don't want to tell you.
Okay, that's okay. What's the problem?
Mary?
I'm so okay, actually. I don't know if I could talk about it.
Is it suicide?
Oh, no. No, if I were going to kill myself, I wouldn't call the helpline. I'd just stick with information.
Uh-huh. How about acute alcoholism?
The only habit that I have is rubbing my teeth with my finger.
I beg your pardon?
It was the teeth with my finger.
I see. Oh, okay.
Miss, you're really headed in the wrong direction here.
Okay. Could you give me a hint?
Well, it's like this. You see, my grandfather was arrested for indecent exposure.
Oh, dear.
And the arresting officer was really cute, but of course I wasn't interested in him because I'm married and I have been for 14 years.
I understand that.
And this officer was very insistent, and it's not that I did anything.
No.
Even though my husband was having an affair at the time with this incredibly tall payroll clerk who gave him a very interesting case of venereal disease. You won't tell anyone.
I won't. Of course
Okay.
not.
Well, the test turned out to be negative, and anyway, to get this very attractive police officer away from my house,
Yeah.
I introduced him to my grandfather's social worker, but you see, they didn't... What?
Good idea.
Oh, good. Well, they didn't hit it off, though, because the next thing I know, I turned around, and then this very attractive police officer, he was engaged to my sister, Kathy,
Yeah.
who had just been... Do you know my sister?
No. I just...
Well, she'd just been jilted. Kathy's my sister, and she'd been jilted by a deaf-mute poet. So, of course, she was very susceptible
Of course.
to the, police officers. And he was only doing it because of me, because he said
That he loved me and that he was doing it because he couldn't have me, and this was his way of trying to get closer to me. So naturally, I felt that I had to break this thing up.
Yeah. Sure.
Which made my husband very suspicious, even though there was nothing going on at that point.
At that point, nothing was going on with this police officer.
Well, it was almost nothing. The
Hello?
problem is that I could see how incredibly strong his feelings were for me.
Uh-huh. The police officer.
Right.
Yes.
So we decided to make love. It was just once, and I just promised I would, and it was kind of like a blackmail thing because he wouldn't, so that he wouldn't marry my sister.
Kathy.
Right, my sister Kathy.
Yeah.
And it was also a little more than that. Only he had a heart attack and nothing happened.
Oh, dear, I'm so sorry.
Well,
Until he got to the hospital, and I was visiting, and we in the cardiac care unit, and then we did it.
In the cardiac care unit.
Yes. Now, of course, we try to make it a beautiful moment, but the thing is that my husband found out, and he just really couldn't deal with it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Does it? I mean, I have been to psychologists and ministers and magazines just trying to find out what I can do to make up for this, but so far no one...
no,
Nothing
has
can
been able
help.
to help.
Nothing.
I know. Exactly.
Nothing.
I mean,
I don't even know what kind of help I need or what I would do with it if I got it or...
Okay, now
What?
listen to me.
What?
Just listen to me. Have you talked to a lawyer?
I beg your pardon?
Are you considering a divorce?
Oh, no. No. Oh, no. No.
You know something? You just have the nicest telephone voice.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just don't know what made me say that. it just struck me. You see, it's just that It was that and the fact that you sound so tranquil. You know, for someone who's on the borderline of hysteria.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you all
No, thank
right?
you. No, yes, I am. I thank you. I just want to tell you back that my saving grace is that I have always had this ability to communicate, and especially on the telephone. Which is probably why I called information to get your number. And I'm really glad I did, because I really think that it's helped me relax, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very nice to know that there are people you can call who are concerned no matter what their motives are.
Oh, I know. Listen, our motives are strictly humanitarian, I can assure you.
I'm just very sure that they are.
Yes. Because, listen to me. After all, the best way to get in touch with yourself is to get in touch with other people.
That's good.
Thank you.
I like that. I really do.
Thank you. Listen, if there is anything else that we all can do here.
Oh, no, fine. Listen, you have been a tremendous help. Whatever it is you're doing it exactly right. I mean,
Thank you.
exactly right. I mean, thank you. I
Thank
mean,
you so
thank you
much.
so Thank you.
Thank you, too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It was so nice to talk
You
to you. too. Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye. Bye, Mary.
Bye,
Bye.
Miss. She listened. Well, she said that's the same thing as helping. And I do feel more unwound.
What's going on? You're talking to yourself.
What's happening to the bionic woman?
She's being repaired.
Oh,
You were muttering.
well, I have this problem head, and I was just trying to figure, way out of it, that's all.
Did you?
That's a very good question. Good question.
Do you have a good answer?
Yes, I know that somewhere locked inside of me, I have a terrific answer. If I could only find out where I put it.
There's mud in your eye.
You better watch that, huh?
I got it all under control, See, I found the right beer, see. I also treated myself to a little better bourbon for a change. You want one?
No, I'll stick to the Schlitz.
You know what the secret is? You make sure that the beer is very chilled, see, and you get little ice crystals under the cap, see that?
What's eating you?
I mean, what's eating me? Nothing. Huh? Just the union. We got all this evidence. You know what the guys in line are starting to say?
Yeah, they're getting bored, huh?
Yeah, here's to you. Yeah, they're fed up with the investigation. They just feel that it's like some TV show. It doesn't have enough action in it. For
What
God's
else?
sakes. What else what? Nothing.
Come on, don't be some dumb jerk stoic.
What do you want me to do? Let it all hang out? Is that what you want me to do, huh?
Right.
Okay. I got this problem with Mary, see.
Louder.
I had a fight with Mary, all right?
Feel any better?
No.
What was it, that set-up dinner at the Haggers?
What? Wait a minute. How the hell did you know it was a setup?
I've been on the wrong end of a couple of those things. People doing you a favor, trying to throw you together with somebody you just don't want to be thrown together with. I know about that.
Wait a minute. It wasn't that. It was...
What?
Well... It wasn't anybody that I didn't want to be thrown together with.
You sure you want to have some more bourbon?
Yeah.
If you're going to get drunk, get the full benefit, right?
I'm just trying to loosen up, You know what?
What?
It's just that, just before dinner, I heard something that just knocked me for a...
What?
I can't talk about it.
Well, look, you're living in my house, you're eating my food. Doesn't that give me the right to call you my friend? And when you got troubles, maybe I can help you.
Nah. Okay, well, I caught Mary with another guy. Yeah, I caught her with another guy. I didn't really, but I heard the news from our family doctor, so it must have happened.
We're in some motel or something?
No, in the cardiac care unit at Fernwood Receiving.
Hi. Now, I don't mean to disturb you boys, but I do think you should have something to eat.
No, I'm afraid I couldn't stomach anything, you know.
But it isn't good for you just sitting in here drinking. Ed?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
And you couldn't possibly have had anything over at Charlie and Loretta's. Now, I don't mean to pry, but, well, you weren't there long enough for that. Probably all you had to do was, time enough just to say hello and whatever.
You're prying.
I am not.
Hey, no, look, it's okay. I just gotta learn to live with the facts of life, you know? Like when the Tom's away. I'll see you two later, okay?
Right, Tom.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. You don't think he could be jealous of Mary and Howard, do you?
Of who?
Someone call my name?
We were just worrying about Tom.
Your mother was worrying about him, and I was trying to help the poor guy and wondering what's been holding you up.
Well, I've been job hunting.
At 8:15.
Okay, I stopped at a bar.
A bar? Why? We have everything that anybody could possibly want right here. Was it the Capri Lounge?
I don't think he's talking about that kind of bar.
Oh, I found a little place.
Well, now, I don't want either of you ever to mention anything like that again.
All right, then tell him to stop sneaking off.
I wasn't sneaking, I had a beer. Stop treating me like a wandering wife, for Christ's sake.
Maybe if we were married, I wouldn't have to worry about it.
George, do you realize this is the first time in 15 years that I have burnt the French toast?
Well, actually, it's not really burnt. It's just a little bit black around the edges.
And do you want to know why?
You know, actually, it doesn't taste too bad with all this imitation maple syrup and imitation butter on it.
Because last night there was a real disaster in this family, and I cannot handle disasters anymore.
Well, now, it couldn't have been too bad, Martha. You didn't faint. I wonder whatever happened to real maple syrup.
George, how can you say there wasn't a disaster when Loretta called me herself? And she wouldn't talk behind Mary's back unless it was a tragedy, a real tragedy. And I tried to get Mary on the telephone this morning, but her line is busy. And I just don't want to rush over there and barge in, because if she is on the telephone, that must mean that she is talking to somebody and doesn't want to be disturbed.
Martha, will you come here and sit and eat your breakfast?
Oh, and Kathy is moping all the time. Oh, George, do you realize that it has been 1 week since she broke her engagement with Dennis, that dear, darling Dennis? Why, normally she would have had 4 or 5 boys by now. Oh, what am I saying? I don't want her running around. Oh, George. And on top of that, Elwood is dying.
Elwood?
Yes, my poor podocarpus with the droopy leaves up there.
Martha, are you giving them names now?
Yes. Oh, George. But she has met one boy, a man, but he's a priest.
Martha, if you didn't have those two girls to worry about all day long, I don't know what you would do.
Well, if you didn't have that union to worry about all day long, I don't know what you'd do.
Now listen, I may have coughed a couple times, but I didn't grumble.
Oh, hush. George, you didn't have a chance to grumble because I have been monopolizing the conversation a mile a minute.
I'm late.
George, this tastes mapley to me.
Yeah, I know it tastes mapley, but it doesn't taste maple. Bye-bye, love. Well, hello, Miss McCullough.
How do you do?
How do you do? How do you do?
I was just knocking.
Oh, Betty, come on in. I have to talk to you.
Well, now, listen, I don't want you two to work too hard now.
Oh. You know, he's cute.
Yeah, especially in Milwaukee.
Oh.
What's burning?
The French toast, but it isn't burning. It's just a little black around the edges.
Hi, Mrs. McCall.
Hi, Kathy.
Also, there's some lovely fresh canned Cadota figs in the icebox.
Oh, I don't like figs.
Nobody does, but they always look so good on the labels.
Martha, I wanted to talk to you about Tom.
And Mary, Loretta called me last night, and since Tom is staying with you...
Also, Howard had Mary on the phone this morning, and I was just wondering, well, you know, if we as mothers couldn't find something to do to make their lives a little bit happier.
Oh, of course. Oh, let's think of something,
Oh, yes.
Betty.
Listen, Mom, don't meddle. You know, you're no good at it.
We are not meddling.
Of course not.
Well, you can meddle. You've got the stars on your side, but you don't know my mother.
Kathy, that is not fair.
Oh, I'll get it. Hello?
Hi, Kathy Shumway.
Yes, who is it?
This is Clete Meisenheimer.
You're kidding. From television?
Kathy, who is it?
Yes, didn't Father DeMarco tell you I was going to call?
Well, yes, he mentioned it, but I mean television. I mean, you just don't think of a thing like that.
Who is it?
Well, Frank said I'd be doing myself a favor and doing you a favor, too.
Oh, well, that's very nice, and he's very nice.
Yeah. Are you interested in getting together with me?
Sure.
To talk about TV, that is.
Of course.
Because, you see, normally we don't call people. That is, those of us in television. Usually people call us.
Well, Father DeMarco probably figured that I was shy.
Kathy, that's terrible. You shouldn't lie about a priest.
Yes, I'm sorry about bringing you up here, Loretta, but,
Yeah, especially seeing how this room don't even have no TV.
Oh, that's all right, Jimmy Joe.
See, the thing is, with this week, with this temporary cash problem Crusade has, we just couldn't afford any tent space or church space or TV studio space to rehearse our 100-voice Holy Light Choir, and I just want to apologize to you for that.
Oh, hon, that's all right. I'm sure it's just a temporary setback.
Right. And I want to thank you so much for working here with Jimmy Joe on his new original songs he's going to be singing before his sermons.
Oh, you're welcome. And I just want you to know that I'm proud and willing to do anything I can to help.
I'm through with my schoolwork. Can I go out and play?
Son, you know you can't play before you memorize your piece on Sodom and Gomorrah.
Memorize?
I want to play ball.
Jimmy Joe.
Well, wait a minute. See, I just thought them things just came, off the top of his head.
Well, they do. They do. For instance, he may be just sitting around here shining his shoes or reading from Deuteronomy. Of course, I have to help him with the big words there, but then all of a sudden, like a bolt out of the blue, well, he'll get this thought or the inspiration will hit him, and he'll just start preaching right here in this motel room. Yeah. It's difficult for a little guy like this to remember all those thoughts, but then I write them down for him for later on.
Yeah, that's why I have to work on my memorizing.
Right.
I just, I would just give anything if I could be in this room when it happens, when he got all these inspirations and everything from on high.
Well, I'm sure you will be. I'm sure of it.
Really? I mean, does the room light up or anything? I mean, do you hear heavenly voices?
No, not really. It would probably just be your voice.
Both Dad and me really love the way you could wrap your vocal cords around a hymn. That's what Dad was saying.
Isn't that sweet?
Hey, listen, I got an idea. Now, before you start teaching Jimmy Joe his music for when we hit the road again, and incidentally, I think it's going to be a big help to have that showbiz, a little additional showbiz in his revival. But I was just wondering if you'd do us Jeter Man the honor of gracing our dinner table down at the House of Pancakes.
Oh, that is so sweet. I am really flattered that y'all want me to go. And I'd love to. I really would, but I can't. See, because Charlie's, waiting for me at home for supper.
You could call him.
I know, hon, but see, there's nothing in the refrigerator. for me.
Well, couldn't he maybe go out to Colonel Sanders or?
Yeah, but he wouldn't know that I wasn't coming home. He'd probably worry. And
Well, now wait a minute. If I'm not mistaken, I think they have a phone at the Pancake House.
Come on, please.
well, I'd really like to. I would truly, but see, Charlie doesn't quite understand about my missionary work in the first place.
Well, wait now, look, Jimmy Joe. Why don't you just say a little prayer for Brother Haggers right now so that he'll understand that?
Dear Lord, make that bald-headed man your servant. Make him understand that sometimes your work has to be done at supper time and in the evening hours as well. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Well, you think that'll do it?
I know it will.
Why don't we just go on our merry way right now?
Well, all right. if you
All right,
say
good.
so.
That's good, Jimmy Joe. You go first, son. There we go.
Now here are some scenes from the next episodes of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman.
Helpline.
You can cut out all the soft sell soap stuff and all that hard sell crud. I mean, it worked once, but it's not going to work again, I'll tell you that.
Name, please.
What's got you going? Mary?
Won't tell. Uh-huh.